you believe what happened this week when it comes to Dianne Feinstein and John Fetterman?
I mean, the Democrats do this to themselves, Megyn. I mean, they knew this is not a mystery. They knew Dianne Feinstein was having significant health issues, right? So because Dianne Feinstein's developed a lot of political cachet and a large bank account, I don't mean money. I mean, she's developed a political bank account in terms of favors that have been done and done back. Everybody kind of left her alone. But they knew this was going to be an issue. And then with Fetterman, he has this stroke. And listen, I say, although I haven't gone through some serious health stuff, it shouldn't have to be said, but liberals attribute so many malicious motives to us. I don't wish ill on anybody. But Megyn, let's be honest here. This guy is one of 100 members of a voting body, split 50-50, who could determine the course of the country economically, foreign policy-wise. He could be the swing vote. I'm very sorry this happened to him. But my gosh, brother, you need to step aside. They need to get someone in there who can function. I mean, I'm genuinely concerned. We got a war in Ukraine, the strait heating up with Taiwan and China. You've got North Korea doing nuclear detonations. You've got now former allies in the Middle East inviting the Russians in. Just go look at what the Abraham Accords are going to fall apart if 2 more years of this guy. And you've got a guy in office and a woman who cannot physically function. I mean, this is the kind of thing you think the Democrats, the coexist tolerance crowd, would have thought of before. But now we're stuck. They're not going to resign. There's no chance.
The John Fetterman clip is alarming. I think the DiFi situation is even worse. I'll show the audience a little bit of what we're talking about. Here's SOT 4. By the way, the audience has asked many times, what am I saying when I say SOT? It's short for sound on tape. Sound on tape,
Insider
which is a TV
jargon.
term.
I know. I do it all the time. VO. What's a VO?
Exactly.
G will yell sometimes. Sometimes on my podcast, I know you want to play the clip, but sometimes on my podcast, I'll forget it's a VO, and I'm sitting there, and I'm not saying anything. And Guy will be like, VO, you got to talk, bro. There's no sound on this.
They cannot hear anything.
Did it today. All right, go. Sorry.
This is a SOT.
I'll call for the SOT. Here's the SOT, John Fetterman.
There we go.
Is it staggering? Is it a staggering responsibility that that the head of a bank could literally crash our economy? It's astonishing. That's like if you have, and they also realize is that now they have a guaranteed way to be saved by no matter how, So it's isn't it appropriate that this kind of control should be more stricter to prevent this kind of thing from going? Or should we just go on and start bailing and sailing whoever bank, regardless of how their conduct is?
Oh my God.
Megyn.
Oh my God. Dan. Is it over?
You've been on both sides.
Is it over?
I know. It's cringy. I know. Matter of fact, the guy he's talking to doesn't even understand the question. I feel bad for him. But you having seen both NBC and Fox, you're in a unique position to comment on this. I would make the case to you strongly that the Fetterman story isn't even so much about Fetterman. It's about the media. That honest journalist, the female, forgive me, I can't remember her name, who said, listen, I interviewed this guy and I'm sorry, but he's just not right.
Dasha Burns,
it's not right. And just got pilloried by the left. I mean, if that doesn't speak to the Pravda-like, and I use my words very carefully, nature of our current media, that wasn't at least willing to tell, you just should have said, hey, she's right. He's troubled, but okay, we like him better than Oz. Oh, fine. You're allowed to vote. It's a free country. You can do whatever you want. If you want to vote for a clearly compromised individual having issues, that's your choice to do that. But don't lie about it. Tell us the truth. And that they attacked that woman, one of the most disgraceful episodes I've seen in modern media. And believe me, those words are doing a lot of work in that sense.
And you know what? They got her in line. It worked, Dan. What they do is they try to shame the young ones out of honest reporting. And 9 times out of 10, it works because they read the blogs about themselves. They get only, the feedback from their bosses that you would hear from others in the media. There's no fair and balanced person above them saying, no, nice job. And so since then, every tweet from this girl is like, heart goes out to Fetterman, #brave, #, you go guy, great for being honest about your mental health. Like, It's like, okay, Dasha, we get it. You stepped out of line, you got pilloried, and now you're getting back in line.
Right.
But this is how they do it. I mean, it really is interesting to watch sort of the crafting of a left-wing journalist from somebody who started off pretty fair. And we are seeing it with her. But what's happening with Di-Fi kind of puts the lie to all of it, because they know Fetterman is incapacitated. They know that, and they're covering it. They know Di-Fi is incapacitated, and they're starting to go after her. Why? Because it's a safe seat that they can control this go around when they fill it, and then next go around, which is what they're worried about with Fetterman on the next go around. And so the wheels are starting to come off the Di-Fi bus as she returns to the Senate. I mean, utterly incoherent. She has been caught now saying she didn't know she was gone. All right. So she was interviewed by, I guess, Slate, Jim Newell. And he writes as follows. I asked her how she was feeling. Oh, I'm feeling fine. I have a problem with the leg. A fellow reporter asked what was wrong with the leg. Well, nothing that's anyone's concern but mine. When the fellow reporter asked what her response was, what response had been from her colleagues since she had returned after a few months out, the conversation took an odd turn. No, I haven't been gone, she said. You should follow the, I haven't been gone. I've been working. When asked whether she meant she'd been working from home, she turned feisty. No, I've been here. I've been voting. Please, you either know or you don't know. After deflecting one final question about those who have called on her to resign, she was wheeled away. This is continuing the article. It is true Feinstein has been in Washington and voting for the past week, but it is not true that she has been here in a physical sense for 2.5 months. She didn't even know that she wasn't in the Senate. I'll give you one other thing, because this broke just yesterday from the Times. The title is Feinstein suffered more complications from illness than were publicly disclosed. We were told she had shingles, Dan, which can be painful, can be unpleasant. But this is what the New York Times now reports. Ms. Feinstein's frail appearance, I mean, the eyes, she's got like the one eye doesn't seem to be working at all. Her frail appearance was a result of several complications after she was hospitalized for shingles in February, some of which she has not publicly disclosed. The shingles spread to her face and neck, causing vision and balance impairments and facial paralysis, known as Ramsay-Hunt syndrome. The virus also brought on a previously unreported case of encephalitis, a rare but potentially debilitating, Dan, complication of shingles, according to 2 people familiar with the senator's diagnosis who spoke on the condition of anonymity to describe it. So it's another incapacitated senator, and they're running that story a little differently because they know it's a safer seat. It's not going to be in jeopardy in a few years. It's solidly blue state, unlike Pennsylvania, which still has some purple.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to do a simple principles check here. Again, so the left's point on Feinstein is what? This is why they can never debate. And I love welcoming them on the show to just humiliate these idiots, because you can't debate if you don't have a rigorous set of principles. If your principles change every time, all I have to do is ask you the principle and then ask you a different question where you'll change your mind. So when you say to them, okay, about Dianne, I'll do it with you right now. Okay, liberals, liberal Joey Bag of Donuts, I get it. You have very serious concerns about the health status of members of the Senate. I do too. We need them. We need them to work, even if they're not Republicans. We need them to show up. Good. You're very concerned about it. Yes, extremely concerned. Is that a blue state? Yes, sir, it is. Okay. Should Fetterman resign? No, definitely not. He should not resign at all. Well, why shouldn't he resign? Oh, wait. That's a swing state that Donald Trump won back in 2016. It's so easy with them when you just peg them down on simple things. You ask them about, not to get off their topic, but, we want to hike taxes on the rich. Okay, great. Do you voluntarily pay any additional taxes to the government? Why would I do that? Well, why wouldn't you? You're telling me that taxes and it's a form of benevolence and philanthropy. It'll make the world a better place. I don't have to pay charity, but I give money to charity because I think it's going to do good things. So why don't you give more money to the government? Oh, because you don't actually believe that. That's why. Because you're full of it. That's why. You can never trust these people. This thing with Dianne Feinstein, and just a warning to liberals out there too, other liberals, they will throw you under the bus in a heartbeat when hierarchical, power-hungry, collectivist liberals see you're not politically and tactically useful to them anymore. If you think you're safe, you are insane. They would throw Obama under the bus tomorrow. They worship him like the golden calf in the Bible. They love Obama. They would throw him under the bus tomorrow if it would benefit the continuance of power.
I know many of you make money freelancing or running a solo small business. You probably love the flexibility and control, but hate the crushing busy work. You could hire a bunch of different people, like a CPA, a bookkeeper, even an attorney, and end up paying thousands of dollars a month. Or you could use Collective. Collective is an all-in-one financial solution for freelancers, contractors, and self-employed entrepreneurs. Collective handles all of your corporate formation and compliance paperwork, your taxes, your bookkeeping, your accounting, even your payroll. If you've already made money this year, but you don't have an S-Corp election, right now through June 30th, Collective can save you thousands on taxes in 2023 because they're able to backdate your S-Corp election to January 1st. In fact, Collective members save on average $10,000 per year on taxes. Act before June 30th. To save potentially thousands of dollars in 2023 taxes, go to collective.com to save on taxes this year and have someone who knows what they're doing handle your setup, accounting, bookkeeping, and taxes, even your personal taxes. Collective.com and tell them Megyn Kelly sent me. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.